Welcome to PNN Primary News Network, news for the election that matters the most. I'm your host, Rain Gilstrom, reporting all the latest news on a revitalized political strategy gaining a lot of steam lately, not a lot of hot air. It's called Reuniting America Through Restoring Precinct-Driven Politics. I'm a Southwest Montana radio talk show host, in addition to being the State of Montana coordinator for the National Precinct Solution. For more details on the Precinct Solution discussed in this PNN special broadcast, go to precinctsolution.org for more details. Through YouTube and subsequent PNN broadcasts like this one, our effort maintains to incorporate the goals of a peaceful yet persistent political reformation nationwide, while enfranchising American citizens once again, empowering them with understanding and explaining the clear duties of how to properly and effectively devote moral leadership once again that is directly in line with our constitutional republic through our own electoral college system. It all starts locally through state political parties and their legal subdivisions known as the county precinct central committees of both the Republican and Democratic parties. Now, you might not like either party at this particular point in history, but this is my logical appeal to you today. Hate the misrepresentation, but bring forward what is lacking. No longer can we bark from the sidelines thinking we know what is wrong with our government while remaining some exception to the rule of fixing the problem. As we begin, it is essential for everyone in America to become familiar with your local county central committee terms and bylaws, as they can be slightly different in each state and county. But trust that understanding them will help all of us stave off the desire of reinventing something new or succumbing to peer pressure to do away with them. If you really want to fix the horrific turn our country's internationalized leaders have taken away from the Almighty God who once blessed this nation's foundation and aided it in becoming a beacon of liberty, justice, hope, and freedom to people worldwide, then we the people have got to get busy right now where it matters the most. With the primary ballots now open across America, it has become both timely and urgent for me to make this appeal to all coalition leadership, their followers, and all legal U.S. citizens who vote. This is our opportunity to wage the wisest revolution ever with diplomacy, courage, statesmanship that America now hungers for. The solution is simple, local, and the infrastructure is already in place. It just needs you, your faith, your time, and all our commitment. So let's get started. The Precinct Solution, how to maintain national sovereignty at the local level. First, let's take a look at what's really on the line here. The real battle being waged is against America's core beliefs and ideals, against the understandings of, number one, being created in the image of nature's God and endowed at birth with certain unalienable rights, in conjunction with the later certain unalienable duties to secure them. Secondly, our republic under God's moral law of consciousness and constitution. Thirdly, our standards of political procurement and our devotion of moral authority and the processes of the citizen's right to know and participate in honest and open elections. It is an all-out war against the understandings of true freedom, all of what America once stood for, and the darkest depths of slavery, all of what America once stood against. It is time to hear the answer to that perpetual question that no coalition, no Beck, no Limbaugh, Levin, church, or alliance has been able to answer. Even after multitudes of book deals, tours, meetings, and tearful concerts, the people still ask, what do we do now? The answer they've been told? Do more of what you've been doing. Plainly ineffective. The real answer to that question has to be something more effective than more sign holding, something that has more feet than more marching, something that has more teeth than smiling. It is time for us to be reunited once again under a local systematic construct of free choice, order, and law long established by our founding fathers. It's a functional system more recently forgotten and clearly misrepresented rather than something needing an entire reinvention. The primary election of the Precinct Central Committee men and women is the darling election that should garner the media's most dearest attention. The most important person that we could ever elect are Precinct Central Committee men and committee women, not the president. Also, these men and women, a pair per precinct, are only elected during the primaries. Again, they're only elected during the primaries. Nationwide, of the 3,141 counties and some 300,000 ballot elected positions between the two parties, there exists an average 50% vacancy rate between the two parties, with the Democrats being the worst. Of those elected, 60 to 70% don't even show up for the monthly meetings, only when someone else wants them to vote for something that they don't really understand. No wonder Washington screams there is no bipartisanship whilst leading under the moniker of their own duplicit oath. In my county, Gallatin County, between the two parties there's a 50% average vacancy rate and an 82% performance vacancy rate, and a total 17.5% total vacancy rate, that last one meaning within 46 precincts, 8 have no precinct leaders at all from either party for the last 2 years. Wait, it gets worse. In Gallatin County GOP Central Committee, the oath to this publicly elected, ballot elected office or appointment is optional. That's worse than duplicit. That's void. I have to say, people, people, people. This is an official, ballot elected 2-year political office, 4 years in some states. This must be seen clearly as the single largest breach of public trust in national security in U.S. history. I know personally of Precinct Central Committee leaders and executives who don't know what their role in the entire scope of our Electoral College is. I know some senators and congressmen with the same issue. The Central Committee is where the primary vetting capacity against all candidates and policy proposals anti-American is to reside. When something goes wrong, committeemen apply both the moral and political accountability pressure we need. These leaders shape the state and the national parties, the candidates, the elections, and our future. Only they elect the electors that elect the president. So, again, if you don't like the current Republican or the Democratic parties, hate the misrepresentation, but fix the problem right here. Now, on to the respective coalition movements. Their Achilles heel will be their nonpartisan status in conjunction with the simple fact that they're not legally formed political parties to begin with, and like third parties, do not possess the legal infrastructure and potential of the Republican and Democratic Central Committees. Our biggest problem today is that postmodern relativism has become the mother of all reinvention. That is America today in a nutshell. The urgency now is that 100% of the Central Committee leadership nationwide is open for re-election. And it is time to replant the seeds of our republic and get it right this time. The Republican Party is the more reformable choice for reestablishing a new patriotic majority and can be considered the guaranteed track of success for 2010's primary and 2012's elections. It's not going to be easy though, but you know, I look at it like this. First, I'm a Christian. Second, I'm an American by right. And third, a registered Republican by necessity. I like to say we are bipartisan conservatives supporting the single partisan ideal that the leaders of our two-party system mutually binds themselves under. That is the oath to public office. This oath, with our respective state laws, are the citizens' aces in the hole. So if you're an honest American and want to do something meaningful, here it is. Become a Precinct Central Committee man or woman in your county based on that one clear premise. It is my goal to encourage churches, concerned citizens, and independent political coalitions and the like to see the responsibility and advantages of this complete strategy. It is the foundation of a tax-worthy government that is a minister of our nation's God for good behavior. And these parties exist for the citizens. They are their legal doorway to reestablishing moral leadership and maintaining practical politics. But I cannot allow this one fact to escape your mind either. Newly elected Precinct Central Committee guards must also work to enfranchise the people of their precincts and appoint workers to help perpetuate the future guards. With our focus here in 2010, primaries, utilizing this existing infrastructure, success is not far off. The call first is returning to God as our founders did. Reinvest in our liberty, freedom, and duty. Go to your county elections office tomorrow and get on the ballot in your state's county primary and become a Precinct Central Committee man or committee woman, the preeminent guards of our republic. This is Plan A for 2010 strategy. Let's not reinvent it. Let's